Hey everyone, and welcome. Today we are diving right into the heart of your business, Quasar's Item Master. This is where every single product you sell gets its digital life, its identity. If you get this part right, trust me, everything else just flows, from ordering inventory to ringing up a sale. So let's get into it. So think about it for a second. You've got a can of soup, a bolt, a t-shirt, a physical thing sitting on a shelf. How in the world does your entire business system know what that thing is, how much you paid for it, and where to find it? Well, that's the magic bridge we're about to build. And here it is. The Item Master is basically your product's digital passport. It's the official record that gives it permission to move through your company. Every single detail, every rule, what it can and can't do, it's all defined right here in this one place. So here's our game plan. First, we're going to nail down the item's core identity on the main tab. Then we'll talk about where it actually lives in your stores. After that, we'll get into the numbers, costs, and prices. And finally, we'll touch on the online stuff before we wrap it all up with the key takeaways. Sound good? Let's go. All right, let's jump into the main tab. This is ground zero. This is where we answer the most fundamental questions about an item, and it's way more than just giving it a name. We're literally defining its purpose in your entire operation. Everything, and I mean everything, starts with these three simple checkboxes. Is this something you buy from a supplier? You'll check purchased. Is it something you sell to a customer? Check sold. And do you need to keep track of how many you have? Well, then you'll check inventoried. Your answers here literally tell Quasar how to handle this item from an accounting perspective. Okay, now what if you're selling something with a serial number? You've got two main choices. If it's a big ticket item, like a laptop, you'll probably want to track from purchase. That means you're watching that specific serial number from the second it walks in your door. But if you just need to grab a serial number for a warranty at the checkout, track from sale is way easier. It's all about picking the right tool for the job. And there are a bunch of other really useful flags on this tab too. Simple questions, right? Can this be discounted? Are we getting rid of it? Does it need to be weighed? Like bulk coffee beans. Or is it an open department item where the cashier just types in the price? Every little click here sets a rule for how that item behaves down the line. So we've defined what the item is. Now let's move on to where it is. We've got to tell Quasar how to manage the physical product in your store, and that's all done right here in the stocking tab. And check out how powerful this is. You've got store-level control. So for your downtown store, you can say it's an aisle 4, and you never want to have fewer than 10, but no more than 50. But at the West Side location, it's in a warehouse, and you want to keep between 25 and 200. The second that downtown store hits 10 units, boom, Quasar knows it's time to reorder. This is where the magic of automation really kicks in. Now here's a feature that might seem small, but it's huge for your customers. It's called price by volume, or PBV. The whole point of this is to help people compare value. If you sell the same olive oil in two different sized bottles, this helps the customer easily see which one is the better deal by showing the price per ounce or per milliliter. And here is a perfect real-world example. A customer is standing there looking at two different cans of chicken soup. Right there on the shelf label, they can see the price per 100 ml for each one. It's a tiny detail that makes a huge difference. It builds trust, it helps them make a smart choice, and it's all powered by one little field you fill out. Okay, so we've defined the item and we know exactly where it lives. Now, let's talk money. The costs and prices tabs are where you dial in all the financial details for your product. Over on the costs tab, this is where you connect the dots between the product and who you buy it from. You tell Quasar which vendor you use, what size you buy it in, like a case of 12, and you can even set rules, like if you have to buy a minimum of 5 cases at a time. This keeps your whole purchasing process super clean and accurate. And when it comes to what you charge for it, Quasar gives you a ton of flexibility. I mean, you've got your regular price, of course, but then you can create up to 4 special price levels for different customer groups, and another 4 for when people buy in bulk. You can even set a low price, like a floor, so you never sell it for too little, and keep track of the MSRP. It's pretty powerful stuff. Awesome. Your item is now fully set up for your brick-and-mortar stores. But what about online? Let's take a look at how you can make your products look great on the web. Now here's a really smart way Quasar handles images. Instead of having you upload huge photo files that slow everything down, you just use a web link, a URL. You just copy and paste the link to where the picture lives online. This makes it incredibly simple to connect your products to your e-commerce website. And what about the description? You're definitely not stuck with boring plain text. The Web Info tab actually has a built-in HTML editor. So on one side, you can write these awesome, rich descriptions with different headings and bullet points. And on the other side, you can see a live preview of exactly how it's going to look online. It's fantastic. Whew. Okay, we have covered a ton of ground, right? From the absolute basics of what an item is, all the way to getting it ready for e-commerce. Let's do a super quick recap of the most important things we just went over. So what can you do now? Well, you can define exactly what a product does in your business using those 3 key flags. You can put your ordering on autopilot with min-max levels for each store, you can build out all sorts of complex pricing rules, and you can get all your products looking sharp for your website. You now understand the power of the Item Master. And really, that's what it all comes down to. This isn't just some boring database. A well-managed Item Master is the brain of your entire business. It's the central command that tells every other part of your system what to do. So with all this at your fingertips, there's really only one question left to ask. What's the first item you're going to create? Go on, get in there, and start building. The power is all yours now. Thanks for joining me.